Hi, welcome back. I'm here again. It's Jo. I'm your beauty advisor. Welcome to the Yes I Am blog again. I'm here to show you today is something about the fear. So I'm showing you my natural face as it is right now. So no makeup, nothing. I've just put on a little bit of moisturizer and some eye cream. And this is a big thing for me, coming in front of a camera and showing my naked face, because I know it's going to go out to the public. But I want to show you and hopefully help you understand what I go through. So as being a beauty therapist as well, so we all have our inner insecurities about what goes on with our face, whether it be a spot or pigmentation or fine lines and wrinkles. Mine is a few. I'm very proud to say that I am happy with my lovely lines and my expressions, but I do feel insecure about things that have happened with my pigmentation on my head, on my forehead, on my when I've had hormonal with around my lip area, or from having lip waxing, which has made it sensitive. So there's a few things that obviously in my life at my age that I've had to go through, and I've had to learn it my way. So doing this video is going to be a very quick makeup tutorial, which I'm going to show you how, you know, I'm quite happy now to walk out of the house with no makeup on, but I do feel so much more confident and happy when I walk out, and I just feel good that everything that I am insecure about is actually not on show for me. Even if you never could see it, I know that it's being covered. Just for that moment, it gives me a real good self-esteem then. So I'm going to do this very quick way of how I do my makeup now, so and hopefully you'll get some tips on the way. So the first thing is, obviously I've moisturised my face. I'm always doing my swooping movements up and using my ring fingers, which go around my eye area as it's the least pressure. So I've done that. So now I'm going to use my my foundation. So I've just put some on my hand. So I'm going to do this really quickly. So I just like put it all over, and then I'm going to rub it in. And I like to use my fingers with everything, because I believe it is the best coverage. It's lovely when you go to a makeup store and you have them do it with all the brushes, and you can relax, and it's such a luxury when you have that. But obviously as women, especially when we're good hard-working women, everything has to be sometimes a bit quick to get out that door. So I am doing this really quickly. So I'm putting my foundation on, making sure that all my areas, just so that I've got a base. Now I do sometimes do it differently. I have to make sure that I have moisture on my skin, because my skin soaks it up like you wouldn't believe, and I need to drink water all the time. But then after I put on my foundation and I've already had my moisturizer, I use my base illuminator. So I put a bit on my hand, and then again I dab it all over, just in certain place of my face, and I go over. So I like that, I want to kind of get that glow. So I'm just going to apply this now, and I do focus a little bit around the eyes, but not too much, because I know that I'm going to go and put makeup, like eye makeup, and knowing me, if I did it with a brush, it would go all underneath my eye area. So I'm going to do everything with my fingers today, so that hopefully I don't have to do that. So okay, and again with my skin, because I have quite thin skin, and we all have different skins, which is why I hope at some point I will be able to get some clients and show some different makeups to do on them with regards to what their skin's like, if they've got oily skin, or if their concerns is pimples or whatever it might be. So then I get a little bit of this bronzer. So this is like, again, it's a bit like a primer, but I love it. My skin kind of soaks it all up. So I'm just going to put a little bit around my cheekbone area, and I might just put a little bit on my chin today. So then I'm going to rub that in just gently, and I do this very gently with those two, my ring finger and my middle finger, just gently around my eye area, so it's like a sweeping motion, and then just pat it in. Okay, we're getting somewhere now, always up. So I sometimes do use a little bit of tinted moisturizer as well. It depends how I'm feeling, but I will, because actually sometimes, without it caking up too much on my face, because I do have fine lines, so with makeup, that's why I also do like the natural look as much as I can, because it comes off my skin very quickly, and also I don't like it to seep into my lines too much, so I do just try to be a little bit gentle with it, with what I'm applying it as a base. But like I said, my skin has a habit, it loves to take in all that moisture, and I love to then feel like it's there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually today I will do my eyes last. So I'm just going to go to a bit of bronzer. So now, like I said to you, I'm focusing on my pigmentation. So my pigmentation comes on my forehead just here, and anything that I've tried right now just hasn't worked for me. So the only thing that's working is makeup. So I take a little bit of my bronzer, I just shake it off a little bit, and I dab it so it's around where the sun would normally catch your skin. So just around here, it's like a figure of 3. So obviously my point is here where my foundation, where my pigmentation is. So I don't want to put too much more emphasis on that. So I'm just gonna rub that in a little bit. Just do it there and get it around here. Okay. And then I might just go over just a little bit over the top, and then just a little bit on the nose. So you're just catching like where the sun would. It's always here, here, and around these areas. So just rub. And then I'm going to use a little bit of my highlighters here. So I've got this one, which I just put a little bit under my eye area just to emphasize my cheekbones. So just a little bit there, just a little bit. And I sometimes like to go overboard with this, and a little bit on the chin. Then I get my other one, which is a little bit more of an illuminator, so I don't put too much on this, and I literally just want to highlight just a little bit of my top forehead, a little bit on my nose, and a little bit on my chin. And you really don't need much, because believe me, I've done it where I've put loads on and then I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just like reflecting everywhere, and it's not a good look. So that's that done. So now I've kind of got my base. So I'm now looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling like that pigmentation showing. I've still got my expression lines. I love it. Okay. So next I'm just going to get my blusher. Literally, sometimes I use the creams as well and use dabbing, but I'm just going to use this one. So I literally just put a little bit and I work on my cheekbones. Sometimes people like to suck in their cheeks so they can see, but just kind of a little bit on the cheekbones just to give it a little bit of a subtle glow there, because we can get carried away with that. And then I do just go a little bit on the end of my nose and my chin area. Okay, so that's my real quick way of putting on my base and using my highlighter and my blusher. So I will finish off this video, and then the next one we will do with the eyes, so you can see how quickly I can do the eyes. We'll see you soon.